Hello and welcome to the show. I am back today going to be taking a look at the Monster Energy Supercross 2 game. Now, a couple of things to start with. First of all, thank you very much to the developers for sending me a code to this game a couple of days early. I think it comes out actually today. It might be released. It might be released now or about to be released by the time this video goes out. The second important thing is I know nothing about bikes. Full stop. I'm bad enough when it comes to dealing with bikes on normal circuits, let alone when it comes to dealing with bikes off-road. I am not very good at this game. That being said, I am still enjoying playing this game. I think I've done like one of the career races, but I've spent a bit more time in the kind of free play, just trying different tracks, and yeah, I'm no good at the game, but I am enjoying it so far, and we're going to go do a single event to start this off. So there are two categories of bikes. You have the 450s and the 250s. They're kind of two different, I guess, championships for the 250s. Let's go 250 East. Sure, why not? Let's select a track from this lot. That looks mean and nasty. That looks like that'll give me trouble. Daytona looks fairly straightforward. That looks... well, there are some interesting... Shall we go for the mean and nasty? Sure, let's go with the mean and nasty. What could go wrong? I don't even answer that. I know what's going to go wrong. Now there are various things, various ways you can set the race up. We're just going for a short race. There'll be a 10-minute qualifying session followed by probably a 4 or 5 lap race, depending on the lap time. The races themselves are a kind of time-based plus, I think it's 2 laps. In this case, doing a short race, it's 3 minutes plus 2 laps, so it'll be around 4 or 5 laps. The qualifying session is a good practice for me trying to learn what the bloody hell I am going to be doing here, because I've never driven this circuit before, so that should be fun. I actually realised the countdown was going from the off, so we need to get started pretty sharpish. We've got autopilot, and now that is disengaged. We will try and deal with this ourselves as well as possible. Anyway, so physics-wise, on this, of course, the important thing for racing, whether it be car or bikes, I can't really tell you. While I can tell you if you know it's a fun physics model to drive with, realism-wise, I don't have a clue. Of course, I don't know enough about this sort of racing to be able to tell you if it's realistic or not. What I can tell you is that it's A, pretty good fun to drive, and B, I'm nowhere near good enough. Well, I completely balls that one up. That's not good at all. Yeah, it's good fun to go racing with. I enjoy driving the bikes on here. I don't know what on earth I'm doing with it, and yeah, I'm kind of quite learning my way through. I've got this section here completely and utterly wrong. That's fun. There are plenty of assists if, like me, you are not so experienced with the off-road bike racing, and I do have fallen over immediately in the first lap. Yeah, it was exactly with the first lap. There are plenty of assists, and I do have quite a bit of stuff turned on. Normally, I am one for, of course, racing everything without any assists. However, in this case, I've left it with automatic gears, primarily because, well, the left stick does the kind of steering of the bike, the right stick does the leaning, and I kind of need to have my hands ready on those at almost all times, and I can't then be dealing with another button for another 2 buttons, you know, for gears. While I'm still trying to learn everything else, I figured it was better not to confuse my poor little brain with worrying about all of that stuff. So yeah, I've got it in automatic for now because I'm just not good enough to be able to use any more of the performance. Likewise, in terms of the rider weight distribution, I have it on semi-automatic, so I still have some control over what my rider is doing. However, the game kind of helps you out a little bit. I have got the physics on, let's call it advanced on here. I presume the more in-depth physics model. There is a kind of a more arcadey racing version if you fancy that. So it don't necessarily be put off by me saying that I'm, you know, struggling figuring out what I'm doing with this. There will be a way that that you can, you know, enjoy the game regardless of skill level. I mean, I'm playing against medium AI here, and I've found from my experiences, depending on the track, I'm just about competitive with them. We'll see where this lap puts us in terms of qualifying. We are going to go... Oh, we're second down. Okay, so we need a lot more speed around here. That's okay. We're trying to do that. I will say in qualifying they do tend to be faster than when they come to the race. The race is going to be manic. The race is going to be absolutely manic. Great fun. Completely and utterly bonkers, pretty much. We are over the top. Now, I think... I don't know whether it's just this circuit. Weather effects are a thing, and this looks extra muddy. So I don't know whether it's just the Tampa circuit is extra muddy, or whoops, I've done a wheelie and fallen over backwards. God damn it, that lap was going well. I don't know whether this circuit is just extra muddy, or whether we do have... Well, certainly I have... One of the races I did was in the rain. So there is a weather to contend with. Track deformation... I'm not so sure about. There certainly is some visual deformation, and I think it does affect the bikes a little bit. I'm not sure it's a huge amount. When we talk about terrain deformation, I tend to think of the old Sega Rally game, and I don't think it's not necessarily as noticeable to that extent. However, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure I'm going fast enough to really notice a difference much. Maybe over the course of a longer race, if you knew what you're doing, you would be able to tell, you would notice the difference. Oh, I completely balls that one up. Ah, come on now. Right, this lap, this has got to be... No, next lap, this lap's going to be wasted because of the terrible start. Next lap is going to have to be the one. Yeah, there is, I think, a little bit of terrain deformation going on in a couple of places. Certainly in the compound I was testing earlier, it didn't look like it was doing anything, but then I came to a couple of tracks and I was looking at the bikes and it does... Yeah, I'm not fast enough or anywhere near competent enough to be able to tell much of a difference, but if you are, there may be something there. It's certainly not the most detailed system of all time. I've not got that right whatsoever. There is a couple of riding techniques I'm still trying to get to grips with. The managing to, or knowing what jumps I need to kind of scrub off speed is something I'm not... I've not figured out. It's something that you just got to learn the circuits, if you like. Now this line, it's not a kind of conventional racing line here. They call it the flow line on here. This is for getting your jumps right, or trying to at least. It gives you a rough idea. Now there are ways to do some of these jumps that are completely different that still work perfectly well. But yeah, it's about whether you want to be taking 2 jumps, whether you want to be taking 3 jumps and so on. There's no kind of braking aspect to it. It's not going to help you through the corners, but it will help you with, so for example here, getting that, so you want to be able to, you kind of want to be taking almost like a triple after the first jump, and it's to just kind of, try and help again, beginner players like me figure out where the bloody hell they're going with their bike. We are up over there. Now, are we doing a bit better this lap around? We're keeping up with Martin. It's J Martin, not Matthew Martin. So, I mean, if we can keep with them, maybe by the end of the lap... Oh, that's way too far. Ow, come on. Have we completed a lap without falling over yet? I don't think we have. Maybe we go... So, we need to slower on that jump. Yeah, the flow line might be helpful, but could be a little bit more helpful. While it's nice to have it there, it would be nice if it perhaps told you the speed that you needed to go until you'd actually learnt the tracks. Much like a racing line you'd get in Forza or other racing games with, a changed colour depending on if you're heading to a jump a bit too fast. Because, it's all very well saying, you need to get, or you say you should be getting across 2 or 3 or whatever, but I don't know when I'm taking off. If I don't know the track well enough, I don't know when I'm taking off what speed we're doing. So, yeah, there are plenty of things to help you out if you are inexperienced. I'm trying my best to use them to good effect where I can, but it's still going to be a bit of a learning process, certainly for somebody like me. Anyway, before I got distracted by falling off again, yeah, there is a way to scrub off some sort of speed in the air. Basically, if you're heading towards a jump and you want to, you want to jump short, but you want to kind of be accelerating towards. If you go like that, oh, that did not work. Okay, actually that one there, I thought that was a different jump. It wasn't where I thought it was. Ignore. Well, it was a silly decision because that was actually a long jump I needed to do. Basically, as you head up to a ramp, if you steer one direction and throw the weight of the rider the other direction, then you can kind of scrub off speed. Then you've got to try and counter steer it to get the bike back into a position, and so on and so forth. It's just another more advanced. I'm probably not going to use it all that much because I don't know what I'm doing and have enough difficulty just getting around the course. Pretty much, it's, yeah. Oh, where are we going? I've gone wrong. Things have gone badly. That's going to make a mess for somebody to have to kind of deal with in future, future laps. I've got a couple more minutes of qualifying. We haven't really seen it much here because I've been running around on my own quite a lot. I will say the AI, when it comes to the races, aren't as bad in qualifying, certainly. They can be a bit mean. They are quite setting their ways, and they will not hesitate to knock you off. So, while of course I guess in qualifying, ultimately you do want to be running around on your own, rather than, you know, racing anybody. That's the way qualifying, you know, should be. Oh, don't go for a triple there. Whoopsie. A bit of a wheelie going on. That's not really helping matters, is it? Yeah, you've got to be a bit mindful. Got to be a bit mindful of the AI. They are not the most compliant. While you will probably have noticed the actual crowd detail itself is not amazing. Well, you can see it there. There's about it's about 3 or 4 frames a second. There are little flag marshals around the course, and they are all kind of fully animated. If somebody falls off, most likely me, but if an AI falls off as well, you will see them rush out waving the yellow flags around the place. Little details like that are cool. There is the big, well, you can see the big screen going on. I think the like next to the start-finish line there is a scoreboard, and I think that is accurate. I think I saw that change, or have seen that changed at some point. So that will keep track of where people are. There are some nice little details around the arenas, if you like. I'm having a really horrendous time here. I'm going to say that much. We are not having a good time in this one at all. Right, now, I am, I think, prepared for this. So we want to be fast, but perhaps not so fast. There we go. Hey, look at that. We actually got that section correct, and now we've got it slowed down for the bridge. We spin the wheels. Definitely, I've driven on much grippier surfaces. This one here, it does just spin the wheels for a while as you set off now. So little jump, followed by little, no, beans that one up entirely. Now, we might be able to get into a rhythm of sorts. It's not the one that the game was recommending, but it's not, you know, the worst loss of time. And then we're into this, like, sand or something? I don't know, weird surface we're finding with very little acceleration to be getting on with, and this will be the end of qualifying. Are we going to be last? I suspect we probably will be. Did we make any progress? No. Wow, we're a long way off. Okay, that's not good. I have done considerably better. I would like to say I have done considerably better than that in qualifying previously. I think I've qualified like 8th at one point. So that was us trying to learn a track. Not very well, but we tried at least. We will then go to the main event. Now, if you qualify at a sensible, if you qualify better, you will get a choice of where you start in the race. Of course, first qualifier gets first pick, and so on. There's sort of little animations going on. So yeah, you would get to pick if I had qualified better. I actually don't know where. Definitely don't think you want to start there. Christ, you're going into the bloody crowd. Somewhere around here is probably best. Either way, we're going into the kind of crowd on the outside. Not really crowd, but yeah, we're going into an iffy start gate, iffy start line. Fingers crossed. We're probably going to have fallen behind anyway. And then madness is going to unfold in this one, pretty much. We do not get a terrible start. I think I'm just going to try and hang this one around the outside and see if we can make something happen. Oh! That doesn't normally work as well as that. I'm amazed nobody ended up... Wow, we are actually going to get all the way to second. What a start. We haven't got all the way to the lead. Christ, I'm now going to have a lot of angry and much faster bikes chasing me down. Run away! We must flee. In fact, we are the ones now digging a path, I think, through the sand for everybody to follow. It's not. I wasn't prepared for this. I'm not going to lie. I was not at all prepared for this. But there we go. We got that jump a little wonky. Yeah. Okay. So here will be the faster bikes. They are going to probably catch back up if they are fighting each other. That's why I'm not as worried about qualifying. I said I'm not as worried about qualifying. Of course, I want to be able to be competitive. If I can be competitive in qualifying, you know, it stands me in good stead for a race. But there's going to be a lot of fighting. There's a lot of congestion further back, which means actually taking the lines that you want is considerably more difficult. Oh, I've beans that one up as well. Come on now. There we go. Let's just try... Oh, that was a... Well, I got the line wrong on the way in, but I managed to find a way to make it work. And there we have it. That was a lap. That was a lap. Maybe this is only like a 2... I don't know how many laps we're going to end up having to deal with, but... Oh, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Well, how are we going to have to deal with this race? However, we are fighting up at the front, and I'm okay with that. Both me and the leader completely messed all of that up, so no one was in a good position regarding those sort of jump sections. That's fine. What can we do about hunting down in this, well, remainder of the race? Oh, that was awful as well. I got no speed coming out of there. I'm just struggling to now get speed in places where I had speed before. We've fallen down to a 4th position. Oh, big sliding going on. Come on, we can have a look past. Can I have a sneak up the inside? Hey, we got an overtake. We got an overtake, and I think we're actually in quite a good position coming across these. Is it whoops? I just call it a motocross section normally when we see those jumps. Like back in the old Baja Rama circuit on Beam, I just called them a motocross section because that's the only place I know them from. I think properly speaking, they're called whoops. But there we go. Oh, we're going to go side by side. It's not quite as manic as when you're a lot further back in the field, but this is a good race so far. This is a good race so far. I do have the AI difficulty currently on medium. While normally I like to race against faster AI. That's the level I'm at with this game. And hell, if I can find some AIs that I can race with and have fun with, I don't really care what the what that actual difficulty is. I'm sure when I get a little bit more used to this game, a little bit more practice, I will get the hang of it and race against the faster lot. But yeah, for now this gives me the best sort of racing. There we go. That's more like it. I think the leader is, pretty long gone here. Not sure I'm going to be able to catch them. It's whether I can fend off for second. And it's not really like I'm holding up the entire field either. That's very wide there though, which is not good. Yeah, second and third are right behind. No, I did a wheelie. I think I did just a slight bit too much of a wheelie and we fell off. Oh, damn it. There goes probably a chance for a podium. Unless I can get everything absolutely spot on. Yeah, we're actually really struggling for traction out here, which is quite interesting. I don't think I've driven with a... I think I had to drive one of the races in the rain. This is quite a bit muddier and boggier than some of the other circuits that I drove around. We've fallen to a 5th position. Oh, is this the final lap as well? Crap. I've only got a couple of corners to go. No, I've ballsed up all of this section. In my desperation to try and catch up, I've not got the rhythm at all down here. And then we've got... Yeah, this is going to be it. This is going to be the last run down the sandpit, and then it's that final corner. There goes the winner, who was well clear of us. I'll actually try a slightly different line. No, it didn't work. It would have been good for... it would have been good to set up the next race. I was hoping I could get more speed on the exit there. We end up falling to 6th because I was a bit of a muppet. I thought I could get more speed on the exit by doing that. I got more speed, just wasn't enough to hold on. I mean, considering we were so far back in qualifying, getting 6th is quite nice. Hell of a run down to that first corner. Hell of a run down to the first corner. Yeah, like the races themselves, great fun. The races themselves, really, really good fun. As I said, I don't know what I'm doing, and there's a lot of inexperience, and I apologise for those that do know what they're doing. I'm doing everything a bit wrong, but I'm, still having fun. Again, I can't tell you the realism of the physics on here, but there's an awful lot, it seems, for me to learn, and yeah, I'm enjoying myself racing the bikes on here. As far as customization goes, there's a fair bit. There's a fair bit of customization. While the bikes are not quite as detailed as you might see, like to Ride 3 or Forza with their upgrading, there are still plenty of options from kind of cosmetic stuff. If you want to have different handlebars on the thing, you can, different grips, etc. You can have all of these. There are also performance parts as well for the bike, different exhausts, different tyres, different manufacturers of tyres, plenty of different wheels to choose from, different suspensions, etc. Yes, it's not the most in-depth system I've ever seen. However, there's still a decent amount there, and certainly in terms of the visual side of things, there's plenty. You want to make a proper FailRace liveried bike, there is such an option to. And you can customise your rider as well. You can customise the livery. You'll get different sponsors. As you go through the career modes, you get more, I think, prestige, fame, or whatever it is that it's called on here, XP essentially. You will unlock more stuff. You pick a manufacturer to start with. I went with KTM just because I know they're orange and black bikes to begin with. However, you can buy the other bikes as you go through. I don't know the differences between them. I don't know how much of a difference there is between them. Downsides to this, well, being based on a official series and so on, that is all you have to choose from. You got 250s and 450s, and they are it. They're your options in terms of vehicles to race. Like Formula 1 games, sure, do focus on one series, although of late, they've been giving you classic Formula 1 cars and stuff to play with. You don't quite have the same variety in this, which is perhaps a little bit of a shame, although I've got more than enough to try and learn here to be getting on with. That I'm kind of glad I don't want to get too over. Yeah, too crazy, really. In terms of your rider, that's all fully customizable with the money that you earn from either career modes or the free races we were doing. And there's some special ones to try and unlock. You can get an Inferno. It looks bloody cool for completing challenges and so on. And you can buy the rest to make your character look however it is that you want. So you can get. You can get some butt patches if you want, sure. Just what you needed in a racing game. So yeah, decent amount of... you could actually change. This is like a celebration when you cross the finish line if you remember to do it, which I never do. You can buy different ones of these to do different... And you've got to do different combination of buttons as you cross the finish line. Because, I need another thing to have to worry about. Career mode, I am actually, I'd say, suitably impressed. Career mode, just, again, little details. Little details added on to the career mode. So rather than just being a straight up, here's a race, here's next race, win the race and so on to progress, you have like this week planner, and you have different slots, and it does seem to change. I think you have either between 2 or 3 different slots that you can do something with. So you can do training, so you can try and learn different techniques, different parts of a circuit. You can do challenges versus other riders, like a rivalry challenge, try and beat them for like bonus XP, bonus money. You can do like media days, which is what I got selected here, where I think you earn fame, so you earn a little bit more XP and so on. It's a nice little touch. It's not, it's nothing revolutionary, but it's a nice little touch rather than just here's a race, here's a race, here's a race. Just got broken up with these little bits and pieces along the way. And not content with all of that, we've also got a full-on track editor. And I mean a full-on track editor as well. You can go as mad as you like with the circuit. So you can choose your starting area. There's a lot of different sorts of starts. There are lots of different sorts of starts that you can go for. Once you've plopped that down, it is then, free build. Basically, you can go for some corners. Now, I don't know what I'm doing. I've tried to make this as abundantly clear as possible. I don't have a bloody clue. So I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to building a motocross or supercross circuit. I don't know what... Oh, no, wait, we don't want half whoops. I think I do know what they are. Actually, forget those. Half whoops are like... Okay, no, we do want the corner. Like, half the circuit or half the line has the whoops to come across, while the other part of the track is like flat, so I don't know why you'd ever go across the whoop part. So let's just put some whoops down here, which would be mean, really. And then we go corners. And there are some like interesting corners as well. If you can go, like, turn, half jump. I'm going to do a turn, half... Oh, no, maybe a turn... Is there a turn? Ooh, large sand turn. Tabletop turns? Should I be mean? Sure, let's go for a big old tabletop turn. I feel like that's a good idea. I feel like nothing could go wrong with that. And don't know what asymmetric jump is, but we'll stick in a couple of these down here. And then we'll put a start-finish line up this part, because we will need that at some point on the circuit. We'll have a couple bit more straight. Shall we go for... Let's go for a small turn that way. I'm going to make a chicane for no reason other than because I can. And then we will have... Oh, we have a pool. we do a spot of swimming with our bikes? That seems like a good idea as any. We'll go this way. We'll have... What have we got? More special jumps. Ooh, a double dragon's back. I don't know what that is, but that sounds nasty. Double tabletop jump. Oh, dragon's back. Sure, let's go stick that in there. And then maybe we'll stick that in there. We'll go for a corner. Flip the corner that way. Oh, turn with jump. Yes! This is going to be a horrendous mess. And then we can go for triple tabletop jump. Perfect. And maybe we'll just finish off by being unnecessarily mean with the corners. Yeah, if you know what you're doing, if you love your motocross and so on, I'm sure there is a lot more potential than I'm currently doing, or potential to make actual good circuits and whatnot. So if we then do, I don't know how quite getting this back to the. Okay, so like that, I then presume. So yeah, then that then. Okay, so that then loops it all back in. Okay, so that's our track. Very, very brief mess of a circuit. We'll then go and have a drive of it. Now, of course, this is not going to be as detailed as the actual circuit, no. But the fact that you can go and full-on build a track, you know, placing bits and pieces along, that's pretty damn cool. Not gonna lie, that is pretty damn cool. We will run up the banking over there. Don't know. Oh, this is mean. Yeah, I've already decided I'm a very mean person in my track building. So are these the corners with jumps possibly there? Oh, panic and not quite make it. So we're gonna try. Hey, oh, I found a shortcut in my own circuit. Well, you know, it was only a. Wow, that's a vicious. Yeah, I mean, you're going to want to build the tracks probably a bit smoother than I have done here, but in terms of being as mean as possible. Oh, that's whatever that section was. I'll just run up there. And there we go. I mean, it's a very, very short circuit, a very basic layout, but you get the idea of what you can do, and if you know what you are doing and yeah, you want to get really creative, then go for it. And now, of course, while this this game is focusing on the Monster Energy Supercross series, you do only get tracks that, well, feature from that, which means there are only American circuits in this one. Oh, I've got reset pointing the wrong way. Yeah, there are only American circuits. However, with a track creator like this, you could A, recreate just about any circuit that you want, and B, well, now there's a limitless number. There's a limitless number of possibilities of circuits. You can search online for other tracks, so you will be able to find plenty of different circuits to play around with. It's, yeah, quite an impressive amount of customization. As I said, I don't necessarily know what to expect from all of this. Gotta say, I'm enjoying it. As I said, I don't know quite how realistic the physics really is, but what I do know is that I'm having fun trying to learn this game. Doing the Supercross, I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at it at all. But yeah, I'm enjoying my time playing around on it, even if we are playing it very risky with some of these edges of the circuit. I will say, I don't know why, while I have not had massive issues with any real bugs so far, played 4 or 5 hours so far, I've not had any massive issues with bugs. Sure, let's just do FailRace. There we go. I have had issues with recording this game. I don't know why. First few times trying to record this, I had all sorts of issues with it not recording the screen properly. It was only recording sound, and I was faffing around with a bunch of settings, and the high dynamic range was doing a weird thing and breaking my recording. So, while that's probably not going to be something that affects very many people at all, it did do something very weird with all my recording. This is about the 4th time trying to do this video. Obviously, something between Bandicam and this game did not get along very well. It should be well. If you're seeing this, it works. So there we go. Yeah, I find myself definitely recommending this game. Yes, it is very specialised, and you know, you've got to have some sort of interest in the Supercross, in the off-road bikes, because that is all there is, and it's only 250 and 450. It's slightly different powers, pretty much, between the bikes. But it is a really good challenge. It's something that I am not so used to having to deal with. Something that I don't know very much about, and something that I'm kind of looking forward to trying to get better at, basically. Because, yeah, the races are manic. The AI are a little bit aggressive at times. They are more than happy to bounce you out of the way, so got to be mindful of that one. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun playing this game. So yeah, if you have the remote interest in this sort of racing, I would indeed recommend you checking this one out. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.